Now let's bring in our legal panel now for their reaction to these rulings. Sarah Azari is a criminal trial attorney and NewsNation contributor. We're also joined by constitutional attorney Ken Belkin. Hello, happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Nice to have you both here. Let's start with student loans. This was a big deal for President Biden, part of his campaign, part of his administration, something he wanted to get passed, and now the Supreme Court said it's gone. To start with you, did they get it right?
Well, this is not a constitutional issue. It's a matter of statutory construction, and so it can be remedied. Biden can obviously rely on an older law from 1965, the Higher Education Act. Biden can propose a bill to amend this, the HEROES Act, or Biden can propose a bill for a completely new law to work around this. But the problem here, Blake, is that the Higher Education Act does not have the element of emergency and a showing of an emergency, which the HEROES Act does. But it does have other criteria. So it's not as easy to get this sort of blanket wholesale write-off of student loan obligations. And, I mean, again, I don't know if you take this into the context of all the other rulings, it looks like, we're limiting access to higher education.
Ken?
I mean, look, basically, Joe Biden went to law school. He was a lawyer. He should know Congress controls the budget.
Yeah.
And you're talking about authorizing the forgiveness of $480 billion in student debt. That's a lot of student debt, mine being part of it. And he did not have the power to do that. The law that they said gave them the power to do it said the Secretary of Education can modify or waive certain provisions. Supreme Court looked, I mean, a lot of this case turns on the definition of the word modify. Because the Supreme Court even cited the dictionary definition of the word modify means to make a minor adjustment. $480 billion isn't a minor adjustment unless, I don't know, maybe you're Elon Musk.
And as you mentioned, the way Washington works when it comes with money is Congress, Democrat, Republican, whoever's in charge, writes the spending stuff. And then the president, if it gets to his or her desk, can say, yep, law or veto it.
Yeah,
and that's sort of what
it's supposed to work that way,
That's supposed to work that way, right? So you mentioned the Higher Education Act, Sarah. This is interesting because obviously option one, plan A, is gone. And it seems as if President Biden right now is going to plan B, which is saying now there's a 1965 law, the Higher Education Act, and it says the following. This is the argument that the president is going to make. According to that law, quote, it says the secretary, in this case the Secretary of Education, is authorized to enforce, pay, compromise, waive, or release any right, title, claim, lien, or demand, however acquired. Basically saying the Secretary of Education now can get rid of this stuff. Is that the way that this is going to play out? I would imagine that lawsuits are coming on Monday morning if that's the way he's going to go.
No, I don't think it's a floodgate type of legislation. I actually do think that when you look at the application of this law historically, it's applied to tribal governments, it's applied to state and federal employees and nonprofits. And so I can see lawsuits coming in challenging and trying to limit what essentially can be written off by way of this law. I mean, I think, like my counselor said here, it's a lot of debt. It's a lot of debt. So just using a different act to get rid of it, I think it's still going to be facing a lot of challenges.
Would you tell Ken, those who are hopeful that Plan B is working, that it's a long shot? Is that the way you view it too?
I view there's only one plan, Plan C.
Okay.
Congress. C for Congress, baby.
Congress.
So you need authorization, and I think there's a big problem here. You're not going to rally broad-based public support for this, because let's face it, plumbers don't want to pay for guys like me who got law degrees to go on TV. They don't want to pay for my degree, and why should they have to?
The other reality, when you talk about Congress, Joe Biden and the Democrats had Congress for 2 years. They had it. And they couldn't put anything forward because they even knew that this wouldn't necessarily pass, that they might not have support. And that's why they went down the legal lane. All right.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.